Okay guys, reverse flyback generator is now operational. You can see the flashing light. When one is on, the other is off. So the camera's not picking up all the flashes for some reason. Maybe it's the frequency, but in the schematic you have battery A and battery B. Right now that's the voltage. Tomorrow I'll check it again. And you have coil 1 and coil 2 as seen in the schematic. The Arduino is triggering the transistors. There's a neon across the base and collector of each transistor. I guess because the way the circuit's wired, the neon never goes off, because the way the circuit's wired, there's always a load across the emitter and collector of each transistor. There's always a load, and that load is the other coil. I discussed that in my previous video, how the reverse flyback of one coil assists in the charge of the other coil alongside with its battery, and vice versa. So for that reason, the neon never goes off, if you can understand that. Essentially at all times, one coil is acting like a load on the other. So even if you disconnect the battery, the neon won't go off, because the coil is acting like a load. And this is happening through the way the circuit's arranged via diodes, and the reverse flyback generator circuit is what I'm calling it. So, you know, the base current going to each transistor is like 100 to 1. You know, basically, you know, whatever the current that's going through the battery, through the coil, is 100 times that of the current going through the base to the emitter. It's virtually no power coming from this to the circuit. And if there is any power, it's like 1/100th the power of each pulse. So it's not really a factor here. But basically, the reverse flyback of each coil is wired to dump into the opposite opposing battery via the circuit. And also it dumps into the opposing coil. But because of the reverse, because of the high voltage 1N4007 diode, that acts as a slight resistance to the coil being a load on the previous coil, and thereby causing the current to take the path of least resistance to the other path where there is no diode, and that is the battery. But once you can disconnect the battery, there is another path, and that is the other coil, which is why the neon never goes off when you disconnect the battery. Just wanted to throw that out there. But this is the circuit, it's running. I'm testing it out. I'm pretty sure it's wired up, and the flyback is jumping from battery to battery. And if it's not, we'll know by tomorrow, because we'll have a seriously low drop on the battery's voltage, meaning nothing was recycled. Just before the thumb. So, but I don't think my wiring's messed up. and it looks good. Alright, just thought I'd film this. Here's a magnet. So you know it's pulsing.